Welcome all the students of BSc second year. Myself Karuna Sharma from the Department of Mathematics. In this lecture, this is our first lecture. We see in this lecture the introduction to the syllabus of BSc second year, same third. Our paper name is Elementary Number Theory. In the introduction to the number theory, we know as the name is given number theory, that is we learn in this paper about numbers, their properties, and number theory is the branch of pure mathematics in which we see numbers and their properties, especially about the integers and prime numbers also there. The mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss said about the number theory as the queen of mathematics. Okay, so as it is study the integers, that is number, we have some properties of integers, that is what is the state of integer is. State of integer is nothing but if we have center in 0, then it has 1, 2, 3 and so on, -1, -2, -3 and so on. Okay, about prime numbers, you also know the prime numbers are the numbers which is divisible by 1 or the number itself, which is called as the prime numbers. So what is the basic property of integer is that it is closed under addition, that is sum of any two prime number is again a sum of any two integer is again an integer. If we have two integers, suppose it is 2 and 4, what is the sum of the 2 plus 4? It is 6. Okay, now if we have -1 -2, what is the sum of this? It is -3. So the sum of any two integer is again an integer, right? We have also the property of integer is that subtraction of any two integer is again an integer. You can recall this property so that you will familiar with the set of integer. And see, it is closed with respect to the multiplication, that is -1 into -2 is again an integer, -3 into -4, that is 12, which is again an integer. Now there are some properties of prime number. We see one of the properties here, like the prime numbers is written as the sum of the two square number. Okay, so we will see here 5 is prime number. It is written as 1 square plus 4 square, right? 17 is again a prime number, which is written as 1 square plus 4 square. The 4 square is 16 and 1 square is 1, so 16 plus 1, that is 17. So the statement is that prime is written as the sum of two square, that is m square plus n square. We have again one example, that 2 is equals to 1 square plus 1 square. 1 is number. Okay, so 2 is prime, 1 is number, so 1 square plus 1 square is equals to 2 square. But 3 is not a prime number, and 3 is cannot be 3 is prime number, but 3 is not written as m square plus n square. Now see what is about the same problem we discussed in this paper, like as I discuss here this about the prime numbers. The same we have one conjecture is here, that is called as the Goldbach conjecture. We name it as a conjecture because it is not proven yet, but it is true up to very larger set of numbers, that is a set of integer number. The Goldbach conjecture is given here is that state that every even integer greater than 2 can be written as the sum of two primes. Okay, that is even integer is equals to the sum of two prime number. We have the example 2. Greater than 2 is required. Okay, so 4 is even. 4 is written as 2 plus 2, that is sum of two prime number. 6, it is even number. 6 is written as 2 plus 3, that is 2 is prime, 3 is prime. Okay, so it is written as sum of two prime number. So we see this is true for the smaller number, but as we go bigger number, so we have to check this about this. Okay, so this Goldbach conjecture is true up to the integer 4 into 10 to the power 18. This can be checked, this can be proven by using the computer that this is true. So we have this type of problems in the number theory. As we see more and more, as we go more and more and study more, we know about more things. Okay, so now we go towards the syllabus. What is the syllabus given here in this paper to us, which is a very basic syllabus is given. So about the unit 1, we have the first unit is this deal with theory of divisibility. The divisibility means about the division. Okay, so set of the division of the set of integers, in the set of integer we have whether the division is closed under the set of division. For example, if we divide 4 by 2, so it is the integer, that is it gives us 2, so it is integer. See here, 4 divided by 2, which is equals to 2, so it is integer. But if we divide 5 by 2, so it gives something 2.5, right? So is this an integer? It is not an integer. Okay, so the division is not possible in the set of integer, that is it is not closure. So we see some algorithm, the definition of divisibility there, then we define the division algorithm, then the GCD of the two numbers. GCD of two numbers means you know about this, the GCD. What is the GCD of 2, 4? The greatest, that is the common divisors of 2 and 4. We firstly find the common divisor of 2. The divisors of 2 are 1 and 2, right? The divisors of the divisors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4, right? So what is the common divisor? Are 2. In 2 it is 2, in 4 it is 2, so common divisor is 2. Also the greatest common divisor is also 2. So GCD of 2, 4 is equals to, we write the GCD in curly bracket. So GCD of 2, 4 equals to 2. We also see about the Euclidean algorithm, that is for finding the GCD of the two numbers. And we have the LCM, that is least common multiple. You well known about these terms. Unit 2, that deals with prime numbers, right? About the fundamental theorem of arithmetic or unique factorization theorem, that is FTA. We call this as FTA. That is any natural number is a prime number, or it can be written as the product of the prime factors. Okay, that is we have 5 is prime, or it can that is we can factor the natural number. For example, 9. Okay, we can factor into prime number, that is 3 into 3. Or we have 15, that is equals to 3 into 5, that is prime factorization here. You study this in the 8th standard, 9th standard, anywhere. Okay, So you know about the factorization. We have the unique factorization. Then we have Fermat numbers, linear Diophantine equation. That is linear Diophantine equation are nothing but solving the equation of the form x plus by is equals to c, where a, b and c are numbers. That is, if we solve, for example, 10x plus 2y equals to 4. Okay, so we have to find whether this equation 10x plus 2y equals to 4 has a solution or not, where the solution in terms of integer, that is x and y are integer, whether this has a solution or not. Okay, so this one has no solution or has a solution. It can be decided from the, if we study the linear Diophantine equation, we know about how to solve this equation. And the unit third deals with about the congruence relation. Congruence, properties of congruence, spatial divisibility test, linear congruence, Chinese remainder theorem. Congruence is denoted by the 3 lines. Okay, so that is in this way. So this is a notation for the congruence is used. Then we see the next theorem, that is next unit, unit 4th. Unit 4 deals with arithmetic function, Euler's theorem, the tau and sigma function, Mobius mu function. Yeah. Unit 5th is with respect to primitive roots for prime polynomial congruences, the congruence x square congruent to a mod p, general quadratic congruence, and quadratic residue. This is our syllabus. As we learn more and more, we have the simplicity in solving that and understanding. Okay, so last is the reference books that you have to use in learning is the Elementary Number Theory by D.M. Burton, An Introduction to the Theory of Number by I. Niven and S.J. Zuckerman Montgomery. Okay, and for the syllabus point of view or exam point of view, you may study the lectures on elementary number theory. These 2 books are important as you want to learn more and more things, so you go to these 2 books, otherwise this one is the sufficient. Okay, so thank you. We will see in the next video about the unit 1 and start with